That's awesome.
Welcome back, friends. Golden Age of Gear with Joey and Derek. How you doing? You can't answer that because you're not here.
But you could answer it in the comment section. Let us know how you doing this week.
How you doing?
It's a wonderful Thursday, kinda. For you, it is. So, let's talk about this cool thing that you brought.
Yeah. So this is this does not belong to me. This belongs to my buddy Marty, Marty Thiessen, who's a great bass player here in Winnipeg, and a total gear fiend, and he's got a great collection of all kinds of cool old things. And he showed up one day at my studio and just handed me a bag of goodies and just said, "Hey, I found like I can't remember if it was like a digital emulator or what, but he's like, I've got a smaller version of this that does what this does, but even better. You cannot have this, but you can hang on to it." So this is like a real Mutron, the Mutron 3 Plus. And I have it set in the low pass filter mode, so I think it's kind of like Jerry Garcia-ish.
Yeah.
Or like John Mayer, like in the... whatever that thing is.
Just before we started filming, I was like, I cannot like put my finger on what band it is, but it also might be something I remember from like Steve Miller. Like it's from in and around that era.
Steve Miller's kind of like talk boxy, but maybe...
Yeah. It reminds me of kind of talk boxy.
Hey pals, here at the Golden Age of Gear, we just love talking about gear because we believe that this truly is the golden age of gear. And if you want to hear more about golden aged gear, you can go ahead and look down low on the banner part of your screen. And then you can look for the button that's shaped like a fucking bell. And you can subscribe to our channel.
Kind of
The
Ottawa-ish,
Joker.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you cycle through? So we have low pass,
Yep.
band pass,
Okay, high pass.
and then high pass, and then I can't see what's on the other side of that. N?
Yeah, let's see what N sounds like. Nothing.
No, it's doing something. Huh. Maybe somebody who's smarter than us can tell us in the comments what the N means. It almost feels parked, but it's still moving a little bit. Oh.
Maybe it's neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can
what
hear
you're
it's
saying.
definitely
Yeah.
doing something. I have no
Okay.
idea.
So let's try other modes. Let's check the high pass.
So that changes the resonant peak.
Yeah. It's like a half-cocked wah.
With like the tiniest wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the next one is
Band
band
pass.
pass.
Maybe change the peak a bit.
Yeah. It's got just that little bit of it, like,
Yeah.
but it sounds even more to me just like changing the tone, like as if you're rolling your tone control off on your guitar.
Yeah.
But gets you that little bit of like whack, 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 whack. Well, that's cool.
There's like I have the volume. Oh, never mind. No, I don't. Just backing my touch off a bit. Yeah. It's awesome.
Cool. Okay. This is the low pass.
It's the low pass.
Yeah.
That's always the thing that I like
Yeah.
with filters is like that kind of.
Yeah.
I think it's set to up. What happens if it's set to? So it must go up and then down.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, let's just max that. That's wild.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've got the blues. My dad used to have this like Boss rack unit. It was a guitar processor in the early 2000s. It was like kind of goldy, red, like almost copper, and it had this sound in it called EA crunch, like Y or IYA crunch.
Okay.
And it was basically like some kind of filter that just made it go ya 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 ya. And
Nice.
as a kid, I would just be like ya 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 ya. And my dad just being like, "Hey man, can you pick a different sound?"
Legitimately, as soon as you did that, whatever you did just before that, before the chords, you did some other noise that, honestly, it reminded me of, like, this is for all of you video game nerds, but, like, do you remember in Super Mario Brothers 2, the, like, weird, like, pink dinosaur-y thing that shot eggs at you? Like, that spit eggs at you, and you'd have to, like, hop on them and then, like, throw them back at it?
Yeah.
The noise that it made when you hit it, I think, with the egg, or when it spit the egg at you. Whatever it was like a wow, wow, wow. I'm probably remembering all of this wrong, and everybody's gonna be like, "That's not what happened."
That's not a dinosaur.
You know what? You don't even know the name of the character. That's true, I don't.
Idiot.
Sorry.
It was kind of cool when you backed the volume off. I don't know.
It's kind of cool all the time.
Cool. Yeah, it's a bit cool all the time.
Do you know where he got it? Like,
No.
I've seen the reissue, or not reissues, but I've seen the, like, clones of these from Warm Audio, which I gotta say, I'm a little bit, like, I've played a lot of Warm Audio stuff, and sounds good. They go a little bit, like, too close to just ripping off whatever the thing was for my liking. Like, aesthetically.
Sure.
Like, the Klon looks exactly like a Klon, except of all of the clones of Klons that I've played, the Warm Audio one is actually one of my least favorites.
Oh, really? I've
Yeah.
never played it. I find I like Warm Audio. Like I have a bunch of their microphones, and over the years I've had some of their outboard gear, and for the price, I think it's cannot be beaten. It's really
Yeah.
good stuff. I thought it was really interesting to see them go into the guitar space.
Yeah.
And they had sent me some stuff to. I was sort of flirting with making gear videos at one point.
I remember that.
And I stopped doing it just because I just really didn't connect with it. I love gear, but like to have somebody send me something and be like, make a demo of this was like, nah. Yeah, I don't want to. No, thank you. So they had sent me some stuff to try and demo, and it was all really fantastic. But there was something about it being like such an identical clone. Like they've done an OCD, they've done a Zen Drive.
Yep.
I truly don't mean it as a criticism because I do really like the company, and I don't think, but it was just kind of like, shouldn't we pretend at least that it's something else?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what,
But
like,
mind you, like in the pro audio world, like if you make a Neve 1073 and it does not look like a Neve 1073, no one wants it.
right.
And the more it looks like a Neve 1073, the the more appealing it is. The better the knobs feel, the closer to the like all that stuff is really important in the pro audio world.
Yep.
Nobody wants an 1176 that doesn't look like an 1176 sitting in your rack.
Right.
You know, and I'm the same way. Like when somebody makes a compressor that's fantastic, but it kind of doesn't look like what it's trying to emulate. So maybe that's the disconnect, because in the guitar world, that's a bit of a faux pas, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Like,
And it's not like everybody is not constantly making clones of things.
For sure.
Like everybody's making a tube screamer, a blues breaker, a Klon. Everyone does it.
yes.
A fuzz face. No one is pretending that they're not, but they don't put them in the enclosures. Unless you're doing the thing where you're putting them in the enclosures and then the guitar. Now that I think about it, it's actually a very funny little like dichotomy where in that pro audio world, it's like the closer to the real thing, the better. And in the guitar world, it's like everybody wants to know what it's based off, but nobody wants to see that. You know what I mean?
I'd say that that's true in the pedal world more than anything.
Yeah.
In the guitar world, like actual guitars,
Good point.
I think everybody wants their single cut
Yeah, that's
to be
true.
a Les Paul.
That's true.
And the headstock to be as close to Gibson
Yeah.
as possible. And it literally is a deal breaker for some people when the headstock is slightly different so that they don't get sued into the ground by Gibson.
Yeah, good point. That's a very, very good point. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's even more niche. It's only in the pedal world that
Yes.
we want you to pretend that you're not making a clone of something.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I probably shouldn't have as much of an issue with it. Part of it, like, because I've used the warm audio stuff at Pulse,
Yeah.
right? Or like it's been used on a bunch of things that we've done.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I'm trying to, for the life of me, to remember the guy's name that was at Warm Audio back then. I don't think he's there anymore.
No, I know who you're talking about. He's
Starts with an R. Is it Reed? No, it's
no.
not Reed, but
Roland or something.
yeah. Anyway, I talked
sorry,
to him,
dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
talked to him a couple of times. Like, great guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But the Klon thing was, I think part of the reason it was off-putting to me is because it also wasn't great when I played it. And
Right.
I was like, if you're going to do that, like, you better knock it out of the park. So that
Sure.
being said, I haven't tried their version of, they did something like this when they
Yeah.
did that Klon called the mutation, something like that.
Yeah.
Phaser. I haven't tried it, but I'd be interested to try it.
Well, they did
They have Zen Drive.
they have a Zen Drive, but they have a fuzz pedal, which was based off of like I can't remember what the original was called, but it looks identical, and that thing's awesome.
Is that the Fox?
The Foxy.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah, that's cool.
That thing's
Instead of
fantastic.
suede.
Yeah.
Like the enclosure's like orange suede.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That thing
that's
is awesome.
True. And that's original.
They made
Yeah.
a jet flanger, which is also could not be further from my thing, but sounded awesome.
Okay,
and
so
for
I
people
take
who
back everything I said at the beginning of the episode because that Foxy, I can't even remember what it is, but I have one in my office. That Foxy thing is,
I mean,
super unique and-
we've gone through the Klons. I feel like at this point, we've played enough Klons to know when one is good and when
Yeah.
one's not. So I mean, not everybody nails it, but I
There's
think
end
an
drives,
interesting conversation from this is like, because like, while you were talking about that, I was thinking about my outboard gear, and I have some Pultec clones, and there was like, there was another company that was making them, but they were making them red, and I
Yeah.
was like, no.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't want a red Pultec. It's got to be that perfect shade of dull, boring gray blue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's like, but somehow with the pedals, it's like, no, that's too close. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I should talk to my therapist about that.
Yeah, and I like some of them. I know it'll be that they have like either patent, or I wouldn't say patents, but like trademarks, copyrights. Newsflash for everybody: Vox has a trademark on the diamond pattern grill cloth, and don't do any grill cloth ever with any type of diamond pattern. Doesn't even matter if it's close to the same size or anything. If it
Really?
looks close to diamond pattern, you will most likely end up with a cease and desist from Vox.
Yeah, I remember because my first 2-Rock had that on there, and very quickly that had to stop being done.
I will
But-
say we got a very, very nice letter from Vox's lawyers on the D25 launch because we did a bunch of D25s with, well, I shouldn't say a bunch. We made 10 of them that had the like Fox grill cloth, either in the brown or the black.
Yeah.
And we got you have, you know, they didn't even necessarily give us a time frame, but it was like, this is trademarked. You must have overlooked that. Here is a copy of our trademark. Can you please have it removed from your online store, from your, like, scrub it from your social media and everything immediately, and please notify us when you've done that and destroyed all product that you have made that has it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then we had the awkward time of calling dealers, you know, and like calling a dealer in Korea and like South Korea and being like, hey, I know we sold you 2 of these. We're going to have to send you a new grill frame from Canada to replace it.
You know, and like on one hand, I understand that. You know, I'm sure this will, maybe it will, maybe it won't spark some kind of debate. You know, somebody told me, you know, when it comes to trademark and copyright, you know, those things have to be protected. Otherwise, you run the risk of losing your trademark on something.
Yes.
So, like Gibson going after folks, you know, I like the dude from Martin apparently was interviewed around the time that Gibson was doing a lot of that stuff, and was quoted as saying like, "Hey, the second that somebody makes a better Martin than me, that's going to be a me problem."
Right.
And, you know, I kind of understand both sides. You know, being a songwriter, like if somebody were to release a song that was exactly the same as my song and same lyrics, same chord changes, same whatever, yeah, that'd be pretty bummed about that.
Yeah.
Obviously. But when it comes to stuff like that, like as a consumer myself, like I have a bunch of clones of things. But you better believe if I had the money for the real thing, I would want it.
Yeah.
You know, and so if I had an amp with a Vox grill cloth, there's part of me that's gonna be like, one day I'll have a real AC30.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I sort of like I waffle a lot between like totally understand the position you're in, and I waffle back and forth between that and like, you know, don't all ships rise in high, or however this saying goes?
Yeah,
in
rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah. So like, is there not? I don't know. And at the end of the day, I don't run any businesses big enough to be concerned with those kind of things. So, you know, it's easy for me to sort of cast judgment from the outside. However, like, I don't know, dude. It feels a little goofy. I will say, because Alex was making like Gibson shaped guitars.
Yeah.
Understandably, got the cease and desist. And they were actually pretty cool about it. Like they said, you can finish any outstanding orders. You can finish anything that you have sort of on the docket. Please finish. Just don't take on any new tickets.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect for that.
Oh, I had tremendous respect for the letter we got from Vox. Like, did it scare the shit out of us at first? Yes. I mean,
For sure.
Korg is a rather large company, and we are a very small company.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. So, you have a problem with what we... Oh, okay. Yep, no problem.
Yeah. Here,
But,
come here.
yeah. Very sorry to infringe.
Yeah.
Take care of that right away.
No, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I'm curious in the comment section what you guys think about that, and what you guys think about, like... I do think it is interesting that, like, you know, a lot of amplifiers, people try to make them look like Marshalls, you know, looking like Fenders. I don't know any that look remotely like Fenders. But, you know, like, you know, some people, you know, that's what some people are into. Yeah, it seems like on guitars, too, like, if you deviate far from the S shape or the T shape, a lot of people are going to be like, well, come on. You're trying to be a Telecaster, and it's not a Telecaster. Just make a Telecaster. So, you know, that's one of the things that, while I wasn't, like, a huge fan of the Novo stuff when I first saw it, I have to say, I always had a ton of respect for Dennis, that I was like, nothing else looks like this. Like, you pioneered your own
like
thing.
it or lump it, man. It's its own thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, same with, you know, we just did the Veritas Portlander. I'm like, this is a different body shape. It's not a Tele, it's not a Strat, it's not a Les Paul, but it takes things from all of those.
Yeah.
And, you know, and made something that I think aesthetically is really, really great looking.
Do you remember that company, Three Monkeys?
Yeah.
They still exist, but they used to make amps and they don't anymore. I think they just do pedal board cable kits and stuff now.
Wasn't that wasn't like Joe Perry from Aerosmith involved with Three Monkeys back in the day, or
maybe.
maybe Brad Whitford?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. But I loved those amps.
Okay.
I thought they looked awesome. They were kind of like a sawed-off triangle,
Yeah.
kind of. So like a little bit like throwback Vox, like when they had those crazy piggyback
Yeah.
thing. But not quite that. But they also, and I've been talking your ear off about this. Their face plates were like really wide grain gold sparkle.
Yeah.
And I thought they were just the classiest looking things. And then they also had like champagne sparkle. I just thought they were gorgeous.
Yep.
I've got a bunch of blank not fiberglass, whatever, a bunch of sheets of like transparent plastic that I'm going to try and make my own for my own little amp builds. But I thought that they were kind of, at the time, and then there was also this company called Exits, Xittis, no, whatever, Exits. It was a weird name. And they covered their amps. I remember because I was trying to find it to like recover some of my stuff. They covered their amps in this stuff called Chilowich,
Okay.
which is like an industrial grade material for like placemats and so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a woven thing, but it was really, really stunning looking on a guitar amp. And so I remember that those two companies in particular really stood out because they were completely apart from anything that I'd seen.
Yeah.
Like Three Monkeys maybe with a slight inspiration from the Vox sort of triangle head.
Yeah.
But it truly was its own shape. Must have been a fucking pain in the ass to cover in Tolex.
Probably.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
everything is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even things that
make
are
it worse.
square are
I was gonna
awful.
say, yeah. I was gonna say it's already I've probably said this on this before. That is the one job at Revv that I have absolutely refused from day one and said I will never learn to do Tolexing, and I will not, because I do not want it ever to be like, hey, we got to get this order done, and like, you know
Yeah,
what?
you gotta hop on the line.
I'm gonna hop out to the shop tonight and I'll Tolex this up quickly so we can get out the door tomorrow, because I know from then on, when we have something that's like, hey, we got to get this done, I'll be like,
I really like
Tolex.
doing Tolexing, but I've literally only Tolexed like a small handful of things, and it's only ever been for me. Like if I had to do it for a living, I would probably hate it.
It's like the way we do it now versus the way that you do it.
Yeah.
It is way better. And Dave, who works for us, is like, he's the best at it. And
Yeah.
he had zero experience or knowledge in doing Tolexing when he started here.
Huh.
He actually used to be like, would you call him an engineer or like a conductor? Like he drove trains like for the railway.
Train driver, I think is
Yeah.
what they call him.
Yeah.
Train pilot.
I'm gonna call him the train captain. So anyway, that's what he was doing before, and he left that, went and worked at Long McQuaid because he was just like, you know what, like, I think it was high stress job on the trains. Pretty
For
sure
sure.
he had a couple people jump in front of them, and
Yeah.
that messes with you pretty bad. And
Yeah.
So, and then he came here working in the wood shop and learned how to Tolex, and like, yeah, I mean, he does killer work.
Yeah,
Like,
cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I refuse to do it, but anyway.
Hey, if you, I'll jump in the shop if you ever need a guy.
There you go.
They never saw him again. Anyway,
Very cool piece.
Mutron 3 Plus.
Tell us in the comments again, what do you think about that? The fact that, like, it seems like if you don't copy the guitar almost identically, people get annoyed. But if you get pedals, if you go identical to the enclosure, people are like, nah, man, don't do it.
Maybe that's just us, but I kind of feel like that's a bit of an industry thing.
I think so. Guys in the room, votes? Yeah, they're agreeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't agree on anything, so.
I do have a Klon clone that is like a blatant ripoff. Like it's like a silver script only. I found a friend of mine shared it with me. It was a company out of China that's making them. It sounds awesome.
Nice.
And I'm not a counterfeit guy. Like I don't think that's a good thing. However, it looks like a real one, and that's my favorite one to put on my pedal board.
I was gonna say, and then you tried to sell it for $5,000.
No, I wouldn't do that. But like my 1%er, I mean that's a different thing. Anyway,
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool.
Very cool. The Mutron.
I am interested to try, as much as I just shit on the idea that they do it, I am interested to try the warm audio one because, I
Maybe-
didn't like their Klon, but that that Foxy lady or whatever it's called.
It's
that thing's-
killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. So,
So yeah, maybe we should order one or something.
yeah, we'll have to figure it out. All right. Well,
See you next time, friends.
yeah. Thanks for coming and hanging out.